Hey, you guys. Welcome to our Thursday Health Chat. I am so excited. We are here with you every Thursday at around 11-ish. And and we are so excited to be with you today. So, these past couple Thursdays, we've been taking some time to introduce, tell our stories, our individual stories, because sometimes we'll just kind of tell a little snippet, but we'll never really tell you our story. So 2 weeks ago was Coletta. Last week it was me, and today it's gonna be Krystal Scott. And oh my gosh, I absolutely love Krystal. But first, be sure to stick around to the very, very, very end because we have some fun info for you guys. But with Krystal, I will tell you a little bit about her. First, how I met her. Um, my first introduction to Krystal was not actually me meeting Krystal. It was people thinking I was Krystal. We were at a Shackley conference, and I think it was the Cleveland one, and people were getting us mixed up, and then I was like, I wonder who that is. And so then we actually met, and I was like, oh, and so we have like literally been friends ever since, and we actually started doing.
If I take off my glasses and have my hair straight, or if Ashley has her hair curly and has her glasses on, then you can definitely see it.
Yeah, yeah, it's so funny. And like one time we have like the same flower hat, and we wear like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. But it's so funny. But we're definitely like, what'd you say?
We're Shackley twin sisters.
Yeah, we literally are. It's hilarious. But I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about her before I let her take the wheel. So Krystal is a certified green living coach and conscious health and beauty consultant, and she's a speaker and creator of gorgeousbynature.com, inspiring you to create easy green health and beauty routines so that you can look gorgeous by nature. And she went to the University of Missouri Columbia, received her bachelor's degree there in journalism with an emphasis in advertising and a minor in Spanish. And so she's amazing. She's like the sweetest person in the world. And I'm really excited to get into what she does because it is so dope. So anyway, Krystal, can you just share with us what you do and your story?
Yes, I am excited too. Thanks for having me. I'm really looking forward to our chat today. So, I am on a mission to help people manifest health and beauty naturally through nutrition. And with nutrition, I mean what we feed our soul, such as inspiration, and we feed our cells, like vitamins and minerals. So it's really both of those working together, and the end result of that is looking and feeling our best. And that's what Gorgeous by Nature is all about.
Yay! So I know you've told a little bit, especially when we do our Zooms in the evenings on Thursdays at 6 Central. Like you share like your Shackley story, like how you were introduced. So can you just share a little bit about that with us?
Sure. So basically, I'll start even before that. I'll start in my childhood. Ever since I was a little girl, I definitely remember that I've always been into health, into nutrition, into science, into
Hmm.
nature. I think that I was just born that way, or it's part of my destiny and purpose. So it's been with me since childhood. I am a Virgo, by the way. So Virgos are associated with health. They're the health sign. So it literally is by nature. I didn't have to work hard to have a passion and an interest, in these topics. And I also remember that my mother also laid the foundation for me too, because when I was little, she would feed me very nutritious foods like
Yeah.
sugary cereals and stuff. She would give me healthy things: oatmeal, cream of wheat, wheatena, Not a lot of junk food or fast foods. Every once in a while, like on a Friday, just for fun, we might have fast food, but
Yeah.
very
Mhm.
rarely. And I remember as a child, like always being the one, like of my friends and cousins who actually wanted the home cooked meal instead of McDonald's.
Wow.
I have always been that way. I mean, I have literally since a child been that way. And throughout my life, growing up, junior high, high school, still very much into health, loved cooking, never been to culinary school, but just had a natural ability to work with food and make it taste amazing. And so, what ended up happening was after I graduated from college, my mom found out about organic foods and she started buying organic. And at that time, I was kind of resistant. I was like, well, it's more expensive. And I
Mm.
just spent all that money on organic stuff. And this was before I understood what organic even meant because I was already buying pretty healthy stuff. I was buying fruits and vegetables. They just weren't organic because I didn't know that I needed to buy it. I didn't even know what that was. Like I automatically thought the stuff was healthy just because it was at the store. And our food system had undergone a complete revolution, over those decades. And so now we had to be thinking about things like specifically looking for stuff that wasn't sprayed with pesticides and that did not have GMOs in it and didn't have a ton of artificial colors and preservatives and artificial flavors and all this and chemicals and hormones and all this stuff that over those years began to creep into our food system. Most of us didn't even know it. So as I started to buy the organic foods, because when you buy organic, a lot of the packaging will tell you on the label what organic means, why it's important, what's not in it, how it's helping the environment. So that's kind of how I got my first education on what organic is, just reading the labels. And so once I had that enlightenment, then I was like, oh, that's why it matters to buy organic. And then after that, I would just buy organic everything. And then I just started to transition over, fruits and vegetables, um, meats, dairies, like all of that stuff. I just look for the most natural, organic, grass fed, wild caught, non GMO, like all of those buzzwords, were things that I was now on the lookout for. And however, I was still taking the cheap grocery store vitamins. So had always also taken vitamins since childhood. Grew up on Flintstones. A lot of us know that. If we didn't grow up on Shackley, then we probably at some point have had the Flintstones vitamins. Loved them as a child, except for I'm not sure that they were doing anything to help me. Neither were the other cheap grocery store vitamins I would buy as I grew older into junior high, senior high, college. Always taking vitamins my whole life because that's just what you were supposed to do, right? You knew you needed to take vitamins. You just didn't know exactly what they were supposed to be doing for you because they weren't doing anything. So, so as we made all these other healthy lifestyle choices, I was like, well, maybe I should look for a healthier vitamin that is more natural as well. And literally, like a godsend, the timing was amazing. Within about that 2 week period of me having that enlightenment that I wanted a healthier vitamin, a friend of mine told me about someone they'd met at a networking event who was a part of a wellness company called Shackley and that I should meet this person. So we got in contact. She was having a healthy home party that weekend. I went to it and I've been in love ever since. Shackley's been everything that I want in a wellness company. So I switched over my vitamins and instantly got results. Some of the things I struggled with health wise before Shackley would be like it was super easy for me to get colds during cold and flu season. I would have some skin flare ups, related to inflammation. Sometimes I would have low energy in the afternoons, like around 3 p.m. when everybody reaches for the coffee and the colas and the chemical energy drinks. I needed a boost too, but I didn't want to use any of those options. So I was struggling trying to find something that would give me natural energy. And then I
Mhm.
had very light, like PMS symptoms, nothing major, but still, was noticeable. Mostly like emotionally, I would feel whenever it was that time was approaching. So when I switched over to Shackley, I noticed that all of those things cleared up. Colds went away,
Wow.
skin cleared up, I had natural energy, and it not only energized me, but it also had other health benefits because it was made with ingredients like green tea and B vitamins that have side benefits, in addition to giving me the natural energy. And then the PMS that went away as well. Like I don't even know half the time, so
Right.
it just shows up like
Right.
that, you know. And I think that's how it's supposed to be, when your body is truly balanced. And so
Yeah.
those are just some of my Shaklee testimonies, and the difference, the Shaklee difference that I experienced in my own life. And so that made me super excited to keep sharing Shaklee with the world. I have been a fan ever since those first results in my life, and I've been sharing Shaklee ever since.
Yay! I just think that it's so cool how it's like, you were already taking vitamins, but you were still like, hey, maybe I should check something else out. And it's real cool how the changing from non-organic food to organic food helped to bring about that, thinking about the vitamins too, because that's one of the things that I love about Shaklee is that it's beyond organic. It's really pure. And they do so many tests and so much to ensure the quality of the product. So, and that made a difference. It's so crazy how that's just so cool to me. So, can you share what you do like on what's your job? Yeah.
Yeah, so my passion is basically combining health and beauty. They're kind of like two sides of the
Oh
same.
no, my bad. Not that. My bad. I
Oh,
mean, yeah, the other.
I do many. Why do I feel
You
like me?
do. You do many things. What do you do when you go on the road?
Oh, of course, of course. So yes, so I travel for work in addition to building my business. I also travel for
Hmm.
work when I go to conventions and trade shows and that kind of thing. So it's the kind of work where it's really important to look your best and feel your best.
Hmm. Hmm.
And the whole point of being there, it's not a behind the desk kind of job where it doesn't really matter necessarily how you may look or feel that day. It's one of those things where you're on stage, and so you always got to be stage ready, and not just look it, but literally feel it, because that's going to come across. And so it really helps to have nutrition that supports me with that, because I wanna. If first of all, if I don't feel good and I can't work, it's like if you don't work, you don't get paid. So
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
want to get paid, you gotta work, which means you gotta be healthy. So there's that tie-in, and then also it's the idea that, like I said before, I don't get those colds anymore. So even in the middle of winter, there'll be times where I'll be traveling to shows in Detroit in the middle of winter, and
Hmm.
I'm in Florida, so I don't even have, sunshine runs through my blood. I don't even, you know, I'm not even around. I don't
Yeah.
weather for most of my life. I didn't even see snow till I was in college, but that's another story. But yeah, so I'm not used to the cold weather and all the things that
Yeah.
come with that. So for me to still be able to stay healthy even in the middle of winter in a place like Detroit or Chicago really speaks volumes about how healthy, like, my immune system really is, and Shaklee is what helps me do that, because I don't even remember the last time, first of all, that I was even sick, or the last time that I've had to take cold or flu medicine, or a flu vaccine, or none of that stuff. All that's foreign to me now. It's not a part of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that I'm able to do it completely naturally, with
Yeah.
no toxins, no chemicals, no,
Mhm.
just it's completely in harmony with nature and health, which is what Shaklee is all about. And
Yeah.
the products, work to build health. And then I like to say that natural beauty is a side benefit of staying healthy. So even though I'm taking it for health, ultimately, the benefit is that it's the beauty. For example, when I switched over to Shaklee's omega 3s, that was one of my biggest testimonies when I talked about my skin clearing up. My
Mhm.
skin, I would have flare ups, and I thought I was actually going to have to go to a dermatologist because I didn't know what to do about it. I tried changing my shampoo, my body wash, because I thought it was externally caused. I would wear my hair more,
Right.
my hair is clogging, I didn't know what was going on.
Hmm.
So I'm still not getting any results. I thought I was going to have to go to a dermatologist, but I did. I was kind of uncertain about that path because I really didn't want any chemical. I didn't want a chemical approach to it.
Yeah.
Um, so uh, coincidentally, it was around that same time as well that Shaklee came into my life, and I had been using
Hmm.
some other products, and I switched over to the omega 3s really for heart health.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew heart disease was the number one killer in the United States. I said, let me start early with taking steps
Yeah.
to create a healthy heart and cardiovascular system. And I know omega-3s help with
Mhm.
that. So I started taking Shaklee's omega-3s. Now, mind you, I had already been taking the grocery store brand. Obviously, no results with those. So I switched over to Shaklee. I was making my switch of all of my supplements. Within a few
Yeah.
weeks, I noticed that my skin was clearing up. And I didn't even know what
Wow.
was going on. And so I did some research on omega-3s and found out they help reduce inflammation, and that acne is a form of inflammation. I was like, wow, my mind was blown because here I was taking the omega-3s for heart health, so for health reasons, but I got the side benefit of beauty because my skin cleared up. So now I have pretty skin, clear skin, and I did not have to, go through an approach that I did that may have involved less natural solutions. So I was really happy. So that's, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the gorgeous by nature approach. It's that
Yeah.
where it's like, how can I use nutrition and the power of
Hmm.
nutrition, power of living healthy to create natural beauty?
Yeah, and that's so amazing because exactly what you said that you started taking it for heart health, but there's those other benefits that we might not necessarily think about or realize. Like like I remember when I started doing the Corrado Max in my Meology pack, which I hadn't really been taking it much. I was taking it. I was like, oh, okay, that'd be cool for my eye, my eye health, you know which it did help with my eyes. But then it was also, it was like, oh yeah, it's filling in that gap for the fruits that you don't eat a lot of. And I was like, oh, it's like there's so many different things. Oh, looks like Coletta said, hey ladies, looking good. Hey Coletta, we miss you. We'll see you tonight. And hey Marquita Massey. But I absolutely love that. So it was the omega-3s that totally cleared. Like if you wouldn't have told me that story, I would have never known that you would have had flare-ups. And I was exactly the same way until you shared that story with me. I mean, I didn't have flare-ups or anything, but I assumed that it had to do with exterior, except for when my mom would be like, sometimes she would look at my skin and she would be like, you need to drink more water. Or she would be like, are you eating too much chocolate? It's like stuff like that I would think about, like water and sugar, to definitely cut back on sugar. But I would have never thought omega-3s. I would have never thought that. So with her job, you guys, her job is so cool. What she does, along with building her business and her brand, she's able to travel around, and it's so cool. And she goes to like luxury car trade shows. So she'll be sending me pictures of her beside like the newest Porsche or the newest, and I'm like, what? And she would be like, "You want to go for a drive?" And it's just the coolest thing, you guys. And so, like she said, she's always on the stage, she's always on the go, and it's a job where you have to have that energy, not just look amazing, which she does, but feel amazing too, so that it like radiates from the inside out. And so I know that you're travel, because I remember when this might have been maybe a year or two ago when you were like, yeah, I'm going to be out for pretty much the whole month. And you were like, I'm going to be here for these days and then here for these days. And then I'm going to be on the West Coast for these days. And then I'm going to jump back and then I'm going to go back. So, you guys, she is literally always traveling. Now, things are a little different right now, but I think he started picking back up again. But so tell, can you tell us how you were able to stick with your nutrition routine even though you were flying across the country like every couple of days?
Absolutely. So you bring up such a great point. Yes, there are some times when it's nothing to be literally on the road for almost an entire month. We're like gone for 2 weeks, come home one day, change, get a pack a new suitcase, and then back on the road again for another 2 weeks. And that's about the importance of that nutrition and the nutrition helping you stay healthy and energized and build stamina, because like if I'm at a show that lasts 2 weeks, I don't get any days off, no weekends off. Like for that full 2 weeks, we're like working every single day. So you got to have stamina to again get up, feel great, look great every day that entire time. And then you may just have to, like I said, go home really fast, turn right back around and go back out and do the same thing again across the country. So again, it's that health and just the energy, the vitality that the Shaklee nutrition has helped me to maintain with all of that going on. And what I love about Shaklee, in addition to how amazing the products work, is how convenient they are. The Vitalizer has been my lifesaver. It's so simple to use because before Vitalizer, all of those vitamins were separate. So you'd have bottles, and then you could put them together like in a vitamin, like if you had a vitamin tray. I think Ashley has one of the Vitalizers.
Too.
It's like they were so easy to grab and go.
Mhm.
There it is.
And here's one.
Two multivitamins, getting omega 3s, vitamin E, carotenoids, B complex, vitamin C, probiotics, all of that amazingness on one vitamin strip. No excuses. It's so it could not be. It's easier, literally, than making a cup of coffee. And everybody has time to make their cup of coffee in the morning. People who are coffee drinkers, they make the time for coffee.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
you have time to take the Vitalizer vitamin strip or your Meology or whatever form of nutrition that works best for you. So yes, that the convenience of the Vitalizer really has been a lifesaver for me because, like I said, I can just grab that whole strip and just throw it in my bag, and I have my
Right.
vitamins. I take other things too from Shaklee, but that's the core of it. Or even if I'm home, and I have a full day of errands, or I'm home but I'm going to say attend maybe a workshop or something that's half a day long or a whole day long, and I want to make sure that I cover my nutritional basis. Just grab one of the strips, throw it in my purse or my bag, out the door, and everything's covered. And then Shaklee has incredible energy supplements as well that specifically target, your need for more energy.
Yeah.
And those are conveniently packaged as well, the little packets or in a convenient little energy chew. You just grab one or two of those, throw it in your bag, and you're good to go. So, like when I say it couldn't be easier and more convenient, I really, really mean it. I'm so thankful for that because anything that can help us live healthier is really a blessing because it can be challenging, with life being so busy. And these days, of course, as Ashley mentioned, things are a little different. Some of us are working from home more, so we're not as much on the go as we used to be. But life is still busy either way, and it can definitely be challenging to always get the nutrition you need, to always have time to cook homemade meals, to always have time to shop at the healthy grocery store that might be 30 minutes away. So it just takes time, to sometimes do all of those things for yourself and your whole family every single day without missing a beat. And yet your body needs that nutrition every single day without missing a beat if you want to experience your health. So thankfully, Shaklee helps us fill in the gaps if sometimes we can't get to the most nutritious homemade meals or a raw, fully vegan lunch every single day. If we can't hit those
Right.
all the time, at least we can still cover our bases and know our body's getting what it needs.
Yeah, and Shaklee makes it so easy, like you said. Like there's Vitalizer strip, now there's the Meology packets. So whichever you use. So like I like the Meology. Ashton is using the Vitalizer right now, but I think this month he actually wants to try the Meology. But both are so convenient. Meology is just like, I'll show you guys. It's literally a packet like this, and it comes with your vitamins in it, and it's so convenient. So I know, and we're getting close to running out of time, but I do know. So one of the things that Krystal is really big on, and we're so excited, you guys, because this month we are going to be in the kitchen a lot more. And so next week and the week after, we are going to be in the kitchen with you guys, sharing recipes and cooking. And Krystal actually wrote a guide called the Soul Food Swap Out. And it's like the perfect guide for this time of the year because, we're getting Thanksgiving. And one of the things that I've done, right, is where, I eat stuff that isn't necessarily the best for me Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I mean, when I eat. And, like all day. And then after Thanksgiving and Christmas, then it's like, okay, let's get, you know, let's get back healthy. But there's a way that we can actually stay healthy the entire time. And so actually a lot of us actually hold on really quick. So Dorothy Anderson asked, do you have an accountability partner?
Well, that's a really great question. I think Ashley and Coletta are definitely my accountability partners for sure. And with Shackley, we encourage each other and, find ways to share Shackley together like we're doing now. So definitely in that perspective. But my mom is pretty healthy in her lifestyle. That makes it really easy. Like when your family is on board, that makes like such a big difference. Even if they're not on board, gotta try to do what you can, but when they are in agreement with those changes, it really helps. So my mom is again, like I said, she's the one who first started sharing about eating organic with me, and my boyfriend is also very much on board with eating healthy, supplementing, working out. So the people that are closest to me are also on the same on that same kind of platform. So it makes it very easy to make it a lifestyle.
Awesome. So, yay. So next week, speaking of accountability, we're going to be making, and like with the family on board, we're going to be making stuff that's for everybody. So it's, it tastes good. It's, it is good. And it's going to be really fun to get us ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so we encourage you guys to follow us and keep with us, and we can do this journey together. So if you have any questions about like organic food or supplements or eating healthy, exercise, all of that stuff, if you have any questions for us, please let us know. And we'll be, definitely try to address those things and answer those questions when we do the health chat, because we want to go through this journey together. And what I love about Krystal's um, story and her lifestyle is that she has a very demanding schedule, a very demanding lifestyle that, she has to be on her A game all the time. And so it's really cool to see how she's able to, you know, have the right nutrition and all of that stuff to be able to keep her going every single day. And then it's convenient. We're not, it used to be where you had to either get like a vitamin little case, and put the different ones in the cases, or you would have to try to take all the different bottles. But having all those different bottles doesn't work anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like it doesn't really work as much now at the airport as it used to. And so to have the convenience like this, you just grab and go, literally, is the coolest. So we're going to be cooking for you guys, and we're going to be sharing more from her soul food swap out. So you do not want to miss it. It is so cool. If you want to check it out now, you can go to gorgeousbynature.com, or you can be sure to follow her on IG at gorgeous_by nature, and on Facebook here on Facebook at Gorgeous by Nature. But it's going to be so much fun over these next couple of weeks, you guys. So we're going to try and share, I think, what we're going to be cooking later, or we might just pop up and just cook it and cook it together. But one of the key things that she's going to be sharing, especially Krystal, is what she has swapped out. So things that might not be as healthy that we're used to having for Thanksgiving, or even just regular ingredients, with things that are substitutes that still taste just as great. Because that's one of the things that both Krystal and I value very much is, does it taste good? Because it's harder to me, for me, this is just me. It's harder for me to stick with my nutrition routine, whether it's supplements, eating, whatever, if it doesn't taste good. I'm just gonna be real. But once I started finding, man, this really does taste great, and I don't feel super heavy. I don't have the itis afterwards. I don't, I don't have to, I don't have to feel like I have to do all of this extra to feel back to normal. You know what I mean? After Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Day, I can still feel good. So we'll be doing that over the next couple of weeks. And then we're going to continue to do some stuff as far as staying healthy during the Christmas season, which is going to be really, really great. And so before we go, do you want to talk a little bit about your kitchen detox
Yeah,
or
so
kitchen remix? Sorry.
just like Ashley said, well, it's about finding alternatives that are healthy and also taste amazing. So it's both, it's not one or the other. And that is really important in terms of helping you be consistent with it and make it a lifestyle. And so, and I like to start with the kitchen as kind of the foundation of creating that healthier lifestyle, because nutrition again is the basis of our health, and
Yeah.
kitchen is the basis of our nutrition. So if you can get your kitchen created in such a way that it supports your healthy lifestyle, it makes it so much easier. Ways to do that include buying the products that are already healthy. And so if you only have healthy things in your kitchen, then you can't go and grab something that's not healthy or something that's unnatural or not good for you, because it's not even there. So we're just going to be sharing ways to shop healthier, and prepare healthy foods, because that is what makes it conducive to live healthy. So that's kind of the whole idea with the kitchen remix. And again, it's just swapping out. Like if you're already using salt, and salt is a very important mineral that our body actually needs, and of course, it helps our food taste better. However, a lot of the salts today are over processed, and that's what tends to make it a problem for a lot of people, that the salt is processed and chemicalized in such a way that it doesn't have the same level of nutritional benefit for us and can even work against our health goals. So it's the idea of just swapping out that processed white table salt and replacing it with a very healthy pink Himalayan salt or sea salt. You know, something that actually does have all those minerals in it that your body needs, and at the same time makes your food taste really good. So those are the kind of swap out ideas that we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, and she also, like, if you go to her page, she made a post the other day and she called me and asked me if I tried it, but vegan butter compared to regular dairy butter. And I really like vegan butter because, you know, our whole family kind of went, well, me and Ashton kind of went veganish a couple years ago, and vegan butter was one of the main staples that stuck, you know. And so, but she's like, yeah, I found another one, Califia, one of those farms, and she was like, I really like it because it doesn't use the canola oil, and I was like, that's really cool. So now I'm like on the hunt for it because I checked the Sprouts and they don't have it. So anyway, so we're going to be talking about stuff like that, easy swap outs that you can start to make to grow into our nutrition routine, because we don't always have to do a cold turkey. We can always grow into that. And so we're going to be sharing stuff. So if you have any questions about some of the products that or, you know, things in your kitchen that you do use, that you do have, then throw them in the comments and we'll be sure to try and address those things in the next couple of chats. So the info is below. Be sure to check out Kitchen Remix with Krystal. It's going to be next Saturday, November 21st. Email Krystal at gorgeousbynature.com to register, or you can reach out to her on IG or Facebook. So yes, definitely register and register early because it's going to fill up fast. So it's really, really cool, you guys. And she's absolutely right. When we start with nutrition, like what we eat. And for me, it's like, if I don't want to eat it, I cannot get it from the grocery store. Because if it is in my pantry or in my refrigerator, I guarantee you I'm going to eat it, you know? And I might start off like, oh, let me just have one, you know, let me just have two. And then like Ashton will come downstairs and he'll be like, really, babe? All of them. So like if I shouldn't eat it, then I don't get it at all. Now we're not saying that you have to be super, 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 super strict, but what I love and what I enjoy is that because on the regular, um, we have like a nice nutrition rhythm as far as what we eat, what we take, so that when I do want to eat something that might not be, so healthy, it's, it's okay. I don't do it every day. I don't do it every week. I don't do it every month. But when I do, like when I'm on vacation, I literally eat whatever I want. If I go home to Maryland, I eat whatever I want. But when I come back, and even on the road, we'll pack healthy snacks and all that stuff so that while we're on the road, it's not super bad. But it's like it's the day-to-day stuff, that matters. And so anyway, we're not trying to make anybody feel
I wanted to just
bad.
really confirm what you just said, because yes, when we're on the road, because that's another issue that I have when I'm on the road, is there are so many food temptations, and I am definitely foodie. And so when you go into all these new cities and you're like, and say like there's a restaurant that's famous in this city, and everybody's like, you have to go to this place when you're in this city, or you have to try this kind of food when you're in the city because that city's famous for this. I mean, you don't want to miss out on all that fun, right? You want to take part in that and have that experience too. So I love, again, that I say sometimes Shackley's for saints and for sinners too. So if I go ahead and have that deep dish pizza when I'm in Chicago, or I have a cronut when I'm in New York City, which is a mixture of a croissant and a donut, which you got, I don't even want to talk about it. But can be done with those. So it's that whole idea. Well, I just splurged on all this stuff on this trip, but I still took my vitamins and drank my smoothies every day, so my body still got the nutrition. I took my Vivix, and Vivix actually helped to actually reverse some of the damage the bad food did. And so it's like, okay, thankfully, I have tools in place that can remedy the damage.
Yeah.
And so that's another reason why it's so important to have the Shackley supplements part of your life, not just your day-to-day life at home, but also when you're on the road. And then again, when you're talking about those, when you're at home and you get tempted by snacks, I mean, I totally relate to that. And I still buy snacks because I do love them, but again, it's about buying maybe a healthier version, so it's
Right.
not that. So maybe if I know that I love
Hmm.
potato chips, which I do, I might buy a healthier potato chip, like a blue potato chip, one made from blue potatoes, which are a little more nutritious, or something made
Hmm.
from beet chips, or
Hmm.
quinoa chips, or plantain chips, or sweet potato, something that has more nutrition in it. Maybe it's made with avocado oil instead of canola oil,
Yeah.
and flavored with sea salt instead of processed white salt. So those are the kind of things that we're talking about, where you can still literally have your cake and eat it too.
You too. Yeah. And I love that because we both we're on the same page. Like we might have our little spurges, but on the regular day to day though, like we eat well. And so yeah, you can eat well, feel good, have fun, have your little spurges, and do it all. You know what I mean? So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for jumping on with us. Be sure to register for her kitchen remix with Krystal because it's going to fill up really, really fast. So be sure to register. It's going to be next Saturday, November 21st. You can email her at krystal@gorgeousbynature.com or reach out to her on IG or Facebook. And if you like more information about any of the stuff that we talked about, we're going to be jumping in a Facebook room if you would like to jump in. And whether it be supplements, healthy eating, she's a certified, green living coach. Wait, I want to make sure I say it right. Certified green living, green beauty coach. So, if you have questions about, green beauty, if you have questions about green living, food, organic food, any of that, then jump on in the room. It doesn't just have to be about supplements, but we just want to be there for you guys and be able to give more details on stuff that we aren't able to do here. So we'll be on there for a little while. I'm going to put the link in the comments and also on my page. And Krystal, I think you can put it on yours too. And if you like my info, just let us know. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. And be sure to join us next Thursday because we are going to be in the kitchen with you guys. So have a great day, you guys. Bye.
Bye.